Okay, so with that out of the way, now I can go on a more personal note, I guess you could say, because I got the official post and message out there. You know, it's one of those things where I don't know whether to pity females like that, and laugh at them and point out how stupid they are constantly. It's just like make fun of them, feel bad for them, pity them. It's such a hard decision. I mean, there's all these excellent guys out there, and these females don't want to be with them on the basis that they're creepy and they compliment. But they then go turning around and getting with McDouchebag, knowing that he's gonna probably cheat on them because he isn't creepy and doesn't compliment. I mean, what kind of fucking logic is that? It's not at all logical. There's no ration, there's no reason to it. It basically tells me, as an intellectual, as a quality human being, that type of female is still intellectually, maturity-wise, character-wise, so on and so forth-wise, interdevelopmentally-wise, kind of still stuck in middle school, preschool. And that person, that female, and people who think like that as well, are just not good enough to date good men. They're just not smart enough. They're not on the level of a quality male to date someone who is worthy and someone who is worthwhile. And I think maybe on an inherent level that they too know this. And because they are, inferior, and be it on a subconscious level or they blatantly know it, they decide, to make up some bullshit excuse as to not date a quality male and want to get with McDouchebag because they know they're not good enough for a quality male. Because dating a quality male, is a completely different experience than what they'll ever imagine. And in part, I think they're also scared as well, because they're going to have to actually commit. They're actually going to have to be an adult. They're actually going to have to grow the fuck up. It's not one of these things where, it'll probably end in a couple months anyway type mind frame. It's one of these things where if you're dating a quality male, we're going to want to marry you eventually, spend the rest of our lives with you. And a lot of females, especially that with the mind frame that was just displayed, they are not ready for that. They just want to party or fuck around and be a mixed slut. They want to be a cum dumpster for I don't know how many years until they finally want to settle down and they have a bajillion children, and by that point in time they're all washed up, used up, and they're worthless, and we don't see any quality in them by the time that they're actually ready to settle down, and then they, typical, stereotypical, live with their cats, blah 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 bullshit. And that's kind of the sad story is by the time that they're actually ready for a quality male, we are done and passed way the fuck on. And that's just the sad truth. It's one of the things where the dating world is just full of cesspool. It's sad, but it's true. Today's people who are actively going out there and dating are just cesspool people. They're the bottom of the barrel, and they're just procreating with each other and fucking and screwing like animals, and then they go with this mind frame, and then they question to wonder why they have no good, decent relationships. And quite frankly, that's why the dating world sucks, because literally the only ones who are procreating and the only ones who are out there dating are the bottom of the barrel. The lowest quality sluts, the lowest quality douchebags are the only ones really having at it because of their rationalizations, be it delusional, out of touch with the reality, or what have you. While the quality people are, well, not. They may reach out to a few females here and there, but they will usually get rejected, which, it's kind of to be expected by this point in time in this era and of the world with which we live in. So because of the fact that we live in that type of world, it goes without saying that there really doesn't seem to be any hope for future dating, future partners, and what have you, because it's a vicious cycle. Quality guy wants girl goes with bad guy, then girl eventually wants to go with the good guy, but by this point good guy is like fuck you, and it's just that kind of vicious cycle. Ultimately when it comes to dating too, it's on the females, because as we all know, it's a lot easier for a female to get with a male than it is for a male to go and get a female, because for every relatively attractive or decent female, there's like 1,000 penises going her way. Whereas if there's a decent male, there's like practically no vaginas going his way. So ultimately, if women want, to change this cycle, they have to be the ones to do it. However, as also pointed out by myself, that women, today's females rather, don't want to take responsibility or accountability for their actions and instead blame males for their retardation and stupid decisions in males. So they just want to attack males. Therefore, what happens is a stalemate, because they'll make their stupid decisions and then they'll blame men, make the stupid decisions, blame men. What gets accomplished? Oh yeah, nothing. Nothing at all. Because if we want progress, then females need to be the ones to make the change. Quit going after the dumb fucks. I mean, fuck, it's that simple. Date a creepy guy who compliments you. And change the relationship world. By not changing the world of relationships, by continuing your little game that you women play by dating douchebags, cheaters, abusive people, junkies, drunks, and so on and so forth, you're basically saying that's what you want. Now mind you, along with this, you females that are like that are literally, by definition, literally encouraging other males to be cheaters, to abuse you, to manipulate you, to control you, to impregnate you and leave you. You're saying, hey, I want a guy who's an alcoholic, a drunk, a hard drug user. I'm not talking about marijuana users. Weed's fine. I'm talking the hard drugs, cocaine, meth, the whole shebang, cocaine, heroin, you name it. That's what you want in a male. That's what you're encouraging. Because men who don't do those drugs, men who don't become alcoholics, men who don't cheat, who don't manipulate, who don't use and abuse, etc., etc., those are the males that you're saying are creepy. So basically what you're telling these quality males that don't do that and aren't like that is that you females want someone who's a piece of shit. So you're proactively encouraging this cheating and using and abusing and alcoholism and drug use. You're proactively encouraging it. Just that post alone, I am sure, has changed a few men because they're so desperate for a female at this point that they will become some asshole who will therein cheat on females and abuse them, manipulate them. Hell, some might even get into hard drugs and might become alcoholics because that's what they have to do to get a female, a girlfriend, a wife in today's world. All because of females. The females have complete and utter control on how this will all go. But instead of acknowledging this, they continue to just blame us men. And therein lies the problem to everything, where it's also the solution to everything. It's quite the conundrum, really, but it's food for thought, really. It's something that I've already accepted, and I just stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. And so that's why I say what I say, because I don't care who hates me. I'm not desperate. I could care less what people think about me and how I word things. I'm speaking the truth, and I'm being realistic, and because this is the reality with which we live. And if you can't handle that, too bad, so sad. Deal with it. And for those that don't mind it, well, I'm sure you just love my videos then. Nonetheless, that is my personal note and observation and so on and so forth on this matter. Until next time.